Right. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Wine Industry Mentor webinar. I recognise that I'm hosting this webinar on the lands of the Gadigal people. I also recognise the traditional owners of the lands on which we all work today and the First Nations people present in this webinar. I pay my respects to elders past and present. Firstly, thank you to you all as mentors for coming on board. We are overwhelmed by the calibre and the number of mentors who are part of this program. Yesterday, we had an excellent and full session with the mentees. They're an exciting bunch. They seemed very pleased to be there, and I think they're raring to go. So good luck. I think you've got a great bunch of people to work with. We have an esteemed panel joining us today, each of whom will be introduced and given the chance to speak as time goes on. My name's Angus Barnes, and I'm the Executive Chair of the Wine Communicators of Australia, and I've been involved in the WCA for more than 13 years. The WCA aims to be the preeminent organisation connecting businesses, professionals working in wine. We will engage and inspire our members through delivery of insightful information and resources in an environment of wine industry cohorts. This will better enable us to learn and connect with our industry, providing a leadership position in the sustainable development of the world-class wine industry here in Australia. Our aim is to connect, develop, engage and inspire the Australian wine industry professionals. And we do this through a number of areas, including being part of this mentor program, a webinar program that we run monthly, some large-scale events such as the Market Growth Summit and the upcoming DTC conference being held in Sydney on the 25th of June, some wine show lunches to celebrate the wine shows, particularly in Adelaide, Sydney and Melbourne, the Wine Communicator of the Year Awards, and a number of state chapter events. Please become a member or consider becoming a member if you're not, or at least sign up to our newsletter and you'll see all the great stuff that we put on. Now, the mentor program has been going since 2019 in its current guise and existed before this in other forms such as the Guns and Gurus program in 2007. The program is designed to be a whole-of-sector initiative aiming to support and inspire the future and current generations of the wine industry professionals by tapping into the experiences and insights from the best in their fields. We do this across a vast section of roles, including grape growers and vignerons, winemakers, cellar door staff, salespeople, marketeers, researchers and education providers, writers and journalists, owners and CEOs, wine judges and others. There were 55 mentees chosen this year, and we had more than double the number of people apply, which shows the popularity of the mentor program. Sadly, we had more mentor applications this year than we had positions for mentors, and some mentors missed out, which we feel sad about, especially considering the calibre of the people that we put forward. But we've invited them to stay involved, and again, we hope to see them again next year. We're delighted to have the partners that we have on board. The ASVO, the Australian Society of Viticulture and Oenology, represented by Chris Waters, who can't be with us today. I'm afraid Chris has succumbed to a bad cold and won't be with us. The University of Adelaide, Wine Australia, and WISA, the Wine Industry Suppliers Association. This mentor program is part of a larger network of support in the wine industry. It includes things like the Future Leaders program through Wine Australia, the various state and regional mentor and coaching programs as part of the Next Crop initiative. An example is the New South Wales Rootlings Conference that I attended 2 weeks ago in the Hunter Valley. And there are other industry-run support programs and company-run support programs. And I feel as though this is probably as strong as a support network as I've ever seen in the wine industry. So again, I think that's a really good outcome for people coming in and coming through the wine industry. Now, today's webinar will last about 45 to 50 minutes. There is an opportunity for you to ask questions. So you'll see at the bottom of your screen, there's a Q&A button. Feel free to type any questions into that Q&A section and we will answer them at the appropriate section. And if we don't get to the questions, we'll come back to you via email with an answer to your questions. But please, there's no silly questions. Please feel free to ask them. We've got a session on the technology a bit later on. And if you've got any questions out of that, also put that in the Q&A button. I'd like to welcome each of our partners to say a few words. Normally, at this point in time, I would ask Chris Waters, who's the Executive Officer of the ASVO, to say a few words. Unfortunately, Chris can't be with us today. He does send his regards. Obviously, his particular interest is the viticulturists and winemakers in the industry. And again, he wishes them all the best in this program. And again, he sends his regards. So why don't I pass on to Joe Hargraves, who's the Senior Program Manager from Wine Australia. Over to you, Joe.
Thanks so much, Angus. And hi, everyone. I certainly welcome you all to this afternoon's webinar. And I know a few familiar names in the group, so hi. Look, Wine Australia absolutely values our investment in this program. For us, it really rounds out the suite of people development initiatives that we offer to the sector. As Angus mentioned, the Future Leaders program and our Next Crop Regional Leadership program. We are also involved in the pilot Rootlinks program that was supporting youth in the sector in New South Wales, and we are looking at taking that program national this year. So the mentor program for us is critical because it really has that whole of sector pipeline in mind. And we really value the reach and diversity that this program offers. For mentees in particular, it provides a stepping stone to leadership programs if that's the pathway that they're interested in. And also for our Future Leaders alumni, and I know there's a lot of you sitting out there, it really does offer that pathway to give back in a structured capacity as a mentor. And also this program for us, it's about keeping people in the sector. We don't want to lose them. So it's really important to support those early career sector professionals. And most importantly, this program would not be successful without your involvement and sharing your time and expertise. We can't overstate how valuable that is and the importance of you giving back. I also want to thank the hard work of Prue from Wine Communicators, who's now moved on, and welcome Alex to the role, and also acknowledge and thank Angus for his commitment to this program, and again to people development across the sector more broadly. So we're really looking forward to seeing the connections and how they pan out over the next 6 months. We've encouraged the mentees to absolutely lean into this experience, and they're well aware that you're all volunteering your time. So we hope that those relationships are respectful and that you both get a rewarding experience. So thank you. Back to you, Angus.
Thank you, Joe. I really appreciate that. And again, Wine Australia has been a huge supporter of mentor programs right across the industry for many years. And again, they should be congratulated. Thank you. I'd now like to introduce Tim Stead, who is the President and Board Director at WISA, the Wine Industry Suppliers Association. Over to you, Tim.
Yeah, thanks very much, Angus, and hello, everybody. Thank you very much for having us here today. It's a very important program for us at WISA. Just a little bit about WISA for those that don't know us well. Been around for about 24 years as an entity, and our primary role is to advocate and to collaborate with suppliers and anyone that's associated with the value chain of our grape and wine industry. And we do that through a range of different programs right throughout the year, which involves webinars, but also conferences, and we have awards programs, gala dinners, various events, really about bringing everybody together, and also about creating educational opportunities and smoothing the pathway for the supply chain and giving recognition to the value of the supply chain across the board. We work with all of these different partners that you see here today, as well as others, in order to deliver those programs. And this is a program particularly that we're very proud to be a part of. Yesterday, we met the mentees, as Angus said, and the enthusiasm there, as well as a presentation that you'll get to see later on from the previous mentees and mentors, just highlights even more so the value this program brings and the contribution that you're bringing to all the participants is enormous. So congratulations for being involved. thank you for being involved. I wish you the best of luck with it over the next 6 months. Especially also, I want to say to Wine Communicators of Australia, just as Joe did, congratulations on the work that you're doing with this program. I know it's not easy pulling these events together, these programs together, and you should be absolutely commended for the work that you're doing. Congratulations, and yeah, we look forward to what the outcomes of this year's program are. Thank you.
Thank you, Tim. That's great words. I'd now like to introduce Dr. Maria Corsi, who is the Associate Professor of Wine Business at the Adelaide Business School and representing the University of Adelaide. Over to you, Armando.
Angus, thank you very much, and apologies for being a bit late today. But also on behalf of the University of Adelaide and the Adelaide Business School, I extend a very warm welcome to all the mentors that have kindly donated their time for this edition, the 6th edition of the mentor program, the Wine Industry Mentor Program. As the Adelaide Business School, we were the first partners that joined the program back now in 2019, when it was very much on the focus of just marketing, communication, and that's when it originally started with Wine Communicators of Australia. But it just makes sense. That to me was the key reason for extending the program also to other parts of the value chain. I think is always the point that we are in this together, in the good and in the bad times. And either we take a value chain approach to the challenges that we're facing in the wine sector, and we also help all the various parts of the value chain to communicate between each other, or I think we're just simply missing something. So we really value the opportunity of having so many now partners on board. This is the only program of its kind worldwide that brings together so many different parts of the industry under one umbrella. And so for that, I think we can make such a huge impact to the professionally younger mentees that you can mentor in the next 6 months. So for that, again, I want to thank you for your time, and I want to thank all our partners, Wine Australia, WISA, ASVO, and WCA, Wine Communicators of Australia, in particular Prue, for the phenomenal work that she has done as every year. And Alex, welcome on board, and we know you have kind of big shoes to fill, but don't worry, we will helping you along the way. So thank you all, and looking forward to actually keep on meeting you throughout the checkpoints that we have in the next 6 months.
Thank you very much, Armando. And again, thank you to all our partners. I think it's fantastic that we have a whole of industry approach to mentoring. And again, we cover the full cross-section of the wine industry. So that's terrific. Now, I'd like to ask you all just for a small amount of participation. We've got a small poll that we have put together just to ask you where you're at with your journey with your mentee, really to see if you've made contact and whether you've set up the first meeting. So I'm going to launch a poll, and hopefully that will give you the opportunity to answer some questions. So it's up on screen now. So if you could answer that to say that you've whether you've connected with your mentee, and also whether you've had your first session. Thank you. I can see the responses coming in now. Excellent. I'll give it another. All right, good. So basically I think what I'm taking from that is that just about all of you have made contact or been made contact with your mentee, and a number of you have either had their first meeting or have set them up, which is terrific. There probably are a few people who are not on the program now that may have not to. But what I would ask is, if there's any problem that you've had, if you can't get in contact with your mentee, or if you're having any problems whatsoever, please contact Alex or myself, and we will help you out and facilitate the process. Excellent. Now I might take the opportunity to introduce Alex Bergner, who will come on screen in a minute. And Alex is our new events marketing and manager for the WCA, but most importantly, she is running the administration of the mentor program. And again, I thought it might be good just for you to say hello and to put a face to the name.
Well, hello, everybody. As it's been said, I've got some really big shoes to fill with Prue, but I am really excited to be on board and really happy to take on the challenge of making this transition as seamless as possible and to really assist you with this fantastic program that helps so many people as much as I can. The phone number and the email for WCA remains the same. It's just a different face at the end. So if you have any problems, any issues at all, please do reach out. I'm here and happy to help as much as I can. So thanks very much and good luck with all your mentees.
Thanks all. And again, don't forget to, any questions you've got, to stick them in the Q&A box right now. I'm just going to put a screen and talk a little bit about some tips for you as mentors. And I will also invite my colleagues on the panel to also chime in with any information as well. Now, there's a list up there, and again, I'm not going to read through that. But I think my overarching comments are to make contact with your mentees. In some ways, I think they should drive the meeting cadence, but work with them as much as you possibly can. My view is that you should meet with them at least once a month, and indeed, if you want to meet more than that, then please do so. Be open with them, give them some advice, but also listen to the questions and what they've got to say. My view about mentoring is it's very hard to solve everyone's problems, but what it is good to do is to talk with them about, where they're at, what challenges they are, different ways of thinking about problems and questions and situations in the wine industry. And I found, both as a mentee and as a mentor, that can be very rewarding and a good outcome. The other thing I'm going to say is that as a massive generalization, mentors are generally probably a little bit further on in their career as mentees. And I would challenge us, and again, I challenge myself constantly, we were talking about this before, is to put yourself a little bit in their shoes. The world is slightly different. When I was 30, and I'm in my mid-50s now, so to look at the world a little bit through a different set of eyes. And I think also that can be quite intuitive and rewarding if you see how the industry is going through your mentee's perspective. Does anyone want to chime in with any comments, any tips for the mentors? Joe, anyone?
I guess one thing that I've always find useful, I guess, in terms of establishing that connection is being very clear up front with the expectation that both the mentors and the mentee have on what the meetings are. We want on both ends to take it very seriously, but I think always not giving anything for granted, not taking anything for granted. It's often maybe a way to say, to avoid potential miscommunications or misunderstanding that could happen more along the way.
Good. Joe?
I'd probably just add, I think that was the list is great. Probably just, we are encouraging the mentees to drive this relationship. But if if you're not hearing from them or things aren't quite working out, please don't hesitate to reach out to Alex or Angus. Don't leave it till, sort of halfway through the program. And because they're there to help you, and as are all the industry partners. So, we are placing that onus on the mentees, but we don't want that relationship to fall over. And we would rely on the mentors as well to kind of step in there and just to ensure those partnerships are working.
Good. And one of the questions that was asked yesterday, which I thought was a good question, one of the mentees asked, whether they should be going into their first meeting with a set agenda about how they want this mentor-mentee relationship to go and what questions they wanted to ask. And they said, should I do that, or should I get to know the mentor and work with them on that one? And again, I think that the comments from the panel were that probably a little bit of column A and a little bit of column B, to say that, you know, have some, they'll probably have some thoughts about what they want to talk to you about, but I think it's also good for you to get to know them. And I think you can also observe, you know, some of the things that you think you might be able to give them some guidance and some mentorship on as well. So again, and I think it will develop over time. And certainly in my experience, you end up doing a little bit of work-based stuff and a little bit of lifestyle or work-life balance discussions. And I think there are a number of things that you get covered across the time of your mentorship. And again, whilst this program goes on for 6 months, I know a number of the previous mentors and mentees have ongoing relationships, and I certainly have ongoing communications with people who have both mentored or been a mentee for. So again, I always think this can be a very rewarding experience for a mentor to get to know someone and to work with them and to play a very small part in their development. We did have last year, we had 54 mentees go through, and of those, I was going to say yesterday 7, but one of the mentees mentioned during the conference that they'd also changed jobs, that 8 of the 54 of the people who went through last year have subsequently moved on in their career, either progression up the line or to a new organization. So again, and I think that's can be some way a small amount attributed to the discussions and the development they've had with their mentor through that experience. So that's that. Why don't we now get on to the technical stuff, and I'm going to introduce Alexandra Zavatailo, who's going to talk through Mentor Cloud. To help us run this program, we've got a great software program called Mentor Cloud. We used it very strongly in the initial pairing phase, but also it's very helpful for us to communicate to you, but also for you and your mentee to communicate to each other and to organize meetings. I will say for us, it's very valuable because it helps us understand what's going on in terms of that you're meeting with your mentee, that things are progressing. We don't have any access to any of the things that you're discussing or any of those more detailed information, but what it does do is just to say the cadence of the meetings is happening, there is being communications, etc. But rather than me talk to you about it, why don't I get the expert to talk you through? So I'll introduce again Alexandra Zavatailo, who we affectionately call Ollie. Alexandra will provide some tips on getting the most out of this online program. So over to you, Alexandra.
Hi, everyone. I would like to congratulate you with joining this program, and thank you for devoting your time to being mentors in this program. And I'm here to show you how the platform works. Let me share my screen. So this is the screen you will see once you log into the platform. Immediately, I have a view on the mentoring relationship with Alex that I created. And by this time, you probably already established some kind of contact with the mentor you've been with the mentee you've been matched, and you will see this screen the way I see it here. What you can do is you can press on this tile, and you will have access to different functions here. First of all, you have a list of things that are a good idea to do to keep your mentoring relationship successful. So the first thing would be to set up your first meeting. Then you can establish the goals. You can check in monthly and provide feedback. So if you are following all of these steps, this 6-month program will be successful. If you scroll a little bit down, the first thing you will see, the first step will be goals and tasks. This goal was added automatically, and you will see one goal that will automatically appear on your screen. However, you can always add goals for your mentee and edit them and assign different things, assign reading materials, whatever comes to your mind. You can do it. So but when you're adding goal, it is one thing, it is a bigger one, and you can create add tasks to the existing goal to help mentees pave the way towards achieving that goal. Here you can write the task description, add due date, and don't forget to save it. Once the goal is achieved, once the tasks are accomplished, you can just put a check to this task and it will be complete. Another tab that might be useful is the notes tab. Here you can add notes during or after your calls, your meetings with the mentees. If you would like to, if you would like to either to give another task or to give a reading or provide some necessary materials for achieving the goal, you can do it here in the notes, or just write a summary of your meeting. This will be accessible only for you and the other person that is in a mentoring relationship with you. Here in the sessions tab, you will see the list of all the sessions that you had with the mentee. You can either schedule them or you can log them. So when you're scheduling a session, you can just press schedule and a new screen will appear. You will also have suggestion to connect your calendar. When you're connecting your calendar, the meeting that you're scheduling will automatically appear in your calendar as a reminder. No information, no personal information is being shared while you're connecting your calendar, of course. When you're scheduling a one-on-one meeting with a mentee, you can mention the title here, the mentoring topic you're about to discuss, and here you can select date and time. As for the session location, there are a few options. So there is a MentorCloud video session. It is you will be able to have a meeting on the platform itself once both people are connected. You can use Microsoft Teams, Cisco, Google Meet, Zoom, and WhatsApp. And of course, you can do it at the physical location. It will be just logged into the system here. And it's also necessary to describe the session's expectations, goals, etc. Once you fill out all these fields, you can press schedule, and the mentee will receive a notification, and you will have it on your calendar as well. Of course, the mentee is supposed to drive the relationship and propose meetings. However, you can do it from your side as well. Let's go back to the, let's move on to the Learn tab. Learn tab is just a place where we gather some useful materials that you can use to, for example, create a standout mentor profile to fill out to the best of your abilities. You can discover it, everything that might be useful for the first meeting. For example, the questions you can ask your mentee to help them establish their goals. It's here. And also here is an important piece of information. It is whitelisting emails. Sometimes it happens that the notification emails that are sent by the platform, they're going to spam. So this is the way. Here it is described how to put them in the whitelist and receive notifications always, all the time. And never miss them. So the next tab is the community tab. In the community, you can see how many people there are on the platform over here. And community is is like a newsfeed on any social network. You can start a post, you can share a relevant article with the community, you can start a fireside chat, you can post an announcement, and of course you can communicate with other people that are posting their updates here. So this is a nice way to engage with the community and to share your knowledge, your ideas. Over here, you will just see notifications that are coming in the community with this bell. In this icon, you will see the messages. If you have any new messages, you will be able to chat with the mentee or with the administrators. So, and if you press on the profile picture in the top right corner, you will see that we have different options here. The first option is the profile. You already filled out your profiles. However, if you wish to edit them or to add some information, you can always do it here. You're pressing on my profile, and in the top right corner, you will see the button edit. And you can add any information that is relevant to your profile. Don't forget to press save your profile once you're done. Now, another option is the settings and privacy. It is pretty important. First of all, here you can see the calendar setup. So again, if you want to synchronize your calendar and to receive notifications about upcoming meetings, this is a good way to have them in your calendar. Then next one is video conferencing setup. Here you can generate the universal link for your meetings. You can add it here, and next time you choose Zoom, for example, as the way to connect with your mentee, this link will automatically appear in the invitation. And the last one is also very important. Don't forget to change the time zone to the current time zone you're living in. So for me, it is GMT plus 11. It will be saved automatically once you change it. Next step is security. And here you can update your password. Well, delete your account is not really relevant. And the last but not least, we have notifications, and you can manage them yourself. You can choose them to be monthly, weekly, or unsubscribe in general. You can choose what kind of notification you prefer by checking these boxes. And if you're an active user of WhatsApp, you can connect your phone number to this account, and you will receive notifications about your upcoming sessions, and updates on your WhatsApp. If you have any questions, you can scroll all the way down on any page, essentially. And here is the button that says submit feedback. If you press it, you will see that here is my email. This is me, Alexandra. And you can ask me any questions regarding the platform or how it works, and I will be able to help you. I think that's all from my side. Please let me know if you have any questions. I can answer them now or later.
Thank you so much, Alexandra. That was very comprehensive. The good thing is that the help function through Mentor Cloud is very good. Alexandra is very quick to get back and to respond, and she's very helpful. We will send you a link with a copy of this video. So if you want to see any of that again, I think that will also be helpful. So thank you. And again, we do hope that you use Mentor Cloud at least to log the meetings and to some of your correspondence with your mentee as well. Don't forget there's some questions. If you want to ask any questions, use the Q&A function down the bottom. I don't think we're overwhelmed with questions just at this point in time. So whilst if you want to think of any questions, I'm going to play a video, which is a recording from last year's mentors and mentees, which gives you a little bit of a rundown on their experience. So I'm going to put that up and hopefully show that with you now.
Hi, this is Ben Kite. Just want to say thanks to Prue and the Wine Communicators of Australia team and the selection panel, everyone involved in the mentor program this year, and in particular to my mentor, Linda. It's been a great experience. It's been really good to have some conversations with Linda about where I can be going, with where I should be sort of targeting myself, and what I could be thinking about in terms of opportunities for my future career in wine. And I've definitely had some ideas that have come out of those conversations prompted by Linda that I would not have had by myself. So it's been really, really constructive and really good to build that relationship as well. And hopefully that will continue after the end of the program. So yeah, it's been a fantastic experience. So just want to say thanks to everybody. Yeah, all the best.
Hi everyone. First off, I would like to say a heartfelt thank you to Wine Communicators of Australia and the program partners for the chance to be part of this year's program. I am comparatively new to the wine industry, having done a complete career 360 about 4 years ago to follow my love of wine and start working in wine marketing. As a self-confessed wine nerd, I have the ultimate goal to be a master of wine one day. So the chance to work so closely with Annette Lacey, MW, was absolutely invaluable to be able to learn from her journey, her experiences, and her insights. So thank you to everyone, and thank you to Annette.
Hey guys, I'm Kim, and I joined the mentor program looking for some real guidance and some clarity, I guess, and some support around my own personal and professional development, and was paired with Deb Kingsley, which has been amazing. And yeah, it's been a pretty amazing journey. And perhaps you wanted to...
Yeah, hi, I'm Deb. I was thrilled to be a mentor in this process. And when I first met Kim, I was really amazed about, I mean, it's very, very difficult to get into this program. So for a start, I knew that she might be top level. So some of Kim's goals were about really taking ownership of her own life, where she was going in the industry, wanting upskilling, being able to really, really take control, feel stronger and more fulfilled in her role. So after about 2 sessions of work, I pitched it for our business.
So
we'll explain that.
Yeah, and I guess from that, I was able to just find some support and some real confidence in, you know, the areas that I felt really challenged in, and it sort of was a natural fit. And Deb can explain, but the benefit is I get my mentor now every day.
And we could be working on going. So to me, Kim, I could see where Kim's come from, perhaps as a female that's been in the business for a very long time, about those things that you really need and how you can break through glass ceilings, and about really encouraging and supporting and setting people up for success. So hopefully we're able to do that. Kim was excellent in her role, needed that bit more, and we're going to be trying to work into that zone of proximal development and just hopefully continuing to develop Kim more and more into the excellent manager that we know she's going to be.
So thank you very much to Deb for all of your guidance and support, and thank you to the program more broadly. It's such an amazing opportunity. So thank you, and looking forward to continuing to work with Deb.
Thanks.
I really enjoyed the mentor scheme, and my mentor George has been absolutely amazing. We've covered off so many different topics, right the way from her helping me with preparing for a job interview to her teaching me about her business, which is key to see. I've also found it hugely beneficial because I've been new to Australia and the wine industry, so George has helped me learn about materials, investor insights, and mailing list to sign up to. So yeah, I've really enjoyed the scheme and found it really worthwhile.
Salute everyone. My name's Tom, and this year I had the very good fortune of being mentored by Catherine Brown at Brown Family Wine Group. Despite her unbelievably busy schedule, Catherine still afforded the time to be a participant in this program and mentor, and I'm very glad she did. I just found her to be unbelievably insightful and a credit to the wine industry of Australia. Catherine, thank you so much for our time together. Hopefully down the track we'll be able to share a couple more glasses of wine. So cheers, catch.
Hi, I'm Catherine Brown, and I just want to say that I've had an absolutely amazing time being a mentor for Tom Overman. Our conversations have just been fantastic. I have to admit, many of them have been while he and I have been driving to and from places, but that's been great that we've managed to be able to squeeze in time. We've had great chats. I feel like that we've worked through some really interesting chapters of what he's doing with his career, but also his feedback and his help has also assisted me. So absolutely amazing program, and cheers. I'm glad to celebrate. Thank you.
My name's James Hall, and I was proud to be a mentor to Nick Goss at Faithful Wines. Nick came into the wine industry from a construction management and economics background. We focused on insights and perspectives that integrated his process and project management skills into the business of wine. This involved looking at insights and perspectives that built on his skill set, providing direction for continuing his wine education journey. This is my second gig as a mentor in the WCA, and its value to both mentor and mentee is incredible. Congratulations, Nick, on being a great mentee. Congratulations to WCA on putting such a valuable program together. Cheers and have a great day.
Hi, my name is Monique Pinar, a mentee in the 2023 cohort. For me, this experience has been very personal, as I've had the opportunity to soundboard my thoughts and my experiences with Paul across so many facets. In my opinion, the pairing could not have been better, and I've learned and I've gained a tremendous amount of insight, perspective, and I've gotten very inspired by Paul. Both being expats enabled me to check in and ask for advice on nuanced experiences, while we were still able to discuss data and corporate governance, which took me back to big picture thinking. I think this program is so valuable in pairing up mentors and mentees, and will have generational advantages in the years to come. Sharing between peers and mentors is crucial for industry advancement, and I would like to give a sincere thank you to Paul, Prue, Angus, and the rest of the team at Wine Communicators Australia. Thank you.
Hi, Phil Reedman here. I was lucky enough to mentor Emma Weir. I'm not sure that Emma would feel quite as lucky that I was her mentor as I do that she was my mentee. Them's the breaks, I guess. Apologies for my inadequacies, Emma. But what I really enjoyed about working with Emma is that throughout the process, she really engaged, she really drove the process, had a clear idea of what she wanted from it, which helped me even inadequately support her. Fundamentally, Emma remained open to my suggestions and comments and acted upon them, and I really have enormous respect for that. So best wishes, Emma. Thank you.
Excellent. So thank you all. There are no questions at this point in time. So I think we should talk through the next steps and then move from there. So the next steps are that we will send you all a link to today's presentation so you can see that again, and particularly some of that technical stuff for Mentor Cloud. I'd encourage you to be in contact with your mentees. As Joe rightfully pointed out, it's the mentee's responsibility to get in contact with you, but feel free to follow them up if you feel as though you're not getting the level of communications that you would require. We will be calling the mentees in July, in mid-July, just to touch base with them to see where they're at. And obviously we can speak to you at any stages as well. We do have a series of fireside chats, which are generally webinars like today, and the first of which is on the 21st of August, and we will send you an invitation to that. And that will be an opportunity to have a guest speaker come in and talk about some areas of learning and development and progression, but also some feedback from the program as well. Lastly, from us, don't forget to the digital badges that have been sent out as part of this process. We've seen a lot of people use them on their LinkedIn site, especially the mentees. Please do so if you feel you could use them, and also you can use them across your Instagram or Facebook sites as well. Thank you very much for being part of this program. Thank you to our partners, to the ASVO, to Tim at Wiser, to Joe at Wine Australia, to Armando at the University of Adelaide, to Alexandra at Mentor Cloud, and to Alex at the WCA. We hope that this is a really rewarding experience for you. I hope it goes well. Feel free to reach out at any stage if there's any questions. Good luck and thank you. Cheers.